You're speeding toward the coast of Spain in 1493, where an Atlantic Ocean traveler is lost at sea. The folks who financed his trip are mucho worried, so you'd better try to find out what's causing the delay. Charting unknown waters is Rock-Solid's specialty, so he'll come along as your good guide. Good luck, Detective. I sure hope you don't get seasick.
We've hit Spain in the year 1493. That must be Queen Isabella right over there. You know, Isabella earned a place in history by supporting the explorations of Christopher Columbus. But at the moment, the Senora looks royally upset.
Disaster! Columbus has not returned from his voyage to China. I can only guess that he has been lost at sea. My advisors warned me that his plan would sink.
Hey, it sounds like one of Carmen's crooks has put a crimp in Columbus's plans. Let's talk with the Queen and see what we can do.
Greetings. You are welcome in the royal court of Spain, although you've come at an unhappy time. Christopher Columbus sailed away 8 months ago to find a westward route to China, but he has not returned. I fear his decision to sail west was not the best. If Columbus is safe and sound, he must be found. He sailed west, so you must too, to find him. You may take this ocean map for the westward journey. Most sailors reach China by sailing around Africa and heading east. Columbus insisted that since the world is round, he could reach China faster by sailing west instead. Avoid the winds to the north. We call them the westerlies because they blow from the west and push sailing ships eastward back to Europe. Try heading south, where you may find more favorable winds. Good luck crossing the vast ocean. May the wind and current be always at your back.
We're almost ready to cast off. But first, let's learn to navigate. Use the mast to adjust the sail. When the sail is open, we'll blow with the wind. But when the sail is closed, we'll drift with the current instead. When you're ready, ring the ship's bell to start moving. You've found a message in a bottle, and it looks like part of Carmen's note. Keep this up and we'll have Carmen bottled up tight soon enough. The current is flowing west. The wind is whisking by to the west. Smooth move. The compass says we're now pointing west. Let's observe the wind and the current. The wind is heading west, and the current is going east. Columbus is somewhere to the west, so the wind looks like our best bet. Try opening the sail to catch the wind, then ring the bell. Aye, aye, Captain. The sail is open, so westward blowing will now be going. Hold on to your hat. Good sailing, Captain. The helm is at your command. Remember, keep a close eye on the wind and current conditions and adjust the sail to keep us heading towards Columbus. The wind is blowing to the east. I believe the current is sweeping south. I don't mean to sound like a windbag, but when the sail is open like this, it catches the breeze, pulling the ship in that direction. We're now pointing to the south. The wind is whisking by to the west. I believe the current is sweeping south. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. The wind is blowing to the east. I believe the current is sweeping south. Whoa, quite a set of fangs on that fish. Maybe we'll save that swim for later. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. The wind seems southerly. The current is streaming east. Shark-infested waters were a constant menace to ocean-going ships in the 15th century. During shipwrecks, the smell of blood in the water could call in hundreds of hungry sharks. Yikes! We're now pointing to the south. I'd say the current is heading north. The wind seems southerly. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. I'd say the current is heading north. The wind is blowing to the east. After that move, we're now easing eastward. The wind is whisking by to the west. I believe the current is sweeping south. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. The wind seems southerly. The current is flowing west. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. The current is flowing west. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. The current is streaming east. The wind is whisking by to the west. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. The wind is whisking by to the west. I'd say the current is heading north. Woo-ha! We found the tropical trade winds, also called the easterlies. These winds coming from the east will help us sail westward in no time. Our ship is now nosing due north. I'd say the current is heading north. The wind is whisking by to the west. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. The wind seems southerly. I'd say the current is heading north. Our ship is now nosing due north. The wind is whisking by to the west. The current is streaming east. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. The wind is blowing north. I believe the current is sweeping south. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. I believe the current is sweeping south. The wind is whisking by to the west. The wind is blowing north. The current is flowing west. All right, we've reached the West Indies. Let's hit the beach and look for Columbus. Say, I think we've made a discovery of our own. We've found Captain Christopher Columbus.
Gentlemen, I assure you I have everything under control. After all, I'm Christopher Columbus. I'll find a way home.
This scene feels sort of familiar, eh, fellow Norseman? But a bunch of sailors arguing on a beach doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, my charts, my charts. I'm getting island fever without them. How I long to see again the noble plains of Spain. The ocean charts I created on my westward voyage was stolen, and now my men are making waves. They refuse to sail back across the sea without a good map for navigation. A grubby-looking thief wormed his way on board, posing as one of my crew and hooked my charts. Then he sailed off with one of my ships, the Pinta. My sailors are a suspicious lot. They won't set sail until they see the charts that prove I know the way home.
That's the ocean chart Queen Isabella gave us.
Sorry, but I'm far too busy to sign autographs right now. Look me up once I find a way to return to Spain.
Nah, if we put the map on top of a closed chest, the wind will blow it away. That sturdy sea chest has a bad case of lockjaw. Too bad we don't have a key.
We meet again. Forgive me if I seem upset, but my stolen charts are still missing. Why, I am Christopher Columbus. I'm the brave explorer who just discovered the fabulous and westward route to this place, China. Of course this is China. I sailed directly west from Spain to get here. And everyone knows that there's no other land between Spain and China. I'd prove it to you, except someone stole my charts from that sea chest. What's this? Whoever stole my charts left behind this strange scrap of paper. Hardly a fair trade.
Say, that's a piece of the Carmen note. The thief must have dropped it in the chest when he stole Columbus's charts. That's the ocean chart Queen Isabella gave us. All right, the map is safely inside. Phew, that's a load off my chest.
We meet again. Forgive me if I seem upset, but my stolen charts are still missing. What's this? There's a chart in my chest. It's not the original, but it has all of the information to make an eastward sea journey. All right, men. I forgot to mention that a great explorer always carries a second map.
That was a brilliant way to get Columbus to examine our chart. Now he can head back for Spain, and we can join him. I suspect our thief plans to meet Carmen at a time portal in Europe, and we'll be there. It's good to be aboard ship again. Shall we take another look at our chart? The current is streaming east. The wind is blowing to the east. After that move, we're now easing eastward. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. The wind is blowing north. The current is streaming east. Our ship is now nosing due north. The wind seems southerly. I'd say the current is heading north. Our ship is now nosing due north. I'd say the current is heading north. The wind seems southerly. Our ship is now nosing due north. The current is streaming east. The wind seems southerly. Good grief! I believe we've found the Sargasso Sea. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. I believe the current is sweeping south. The wind is blowing north. Our ship is now nosing due north. The current is streaming east. We're in the westerlies. These winds coming from the west are blowing us straight east towards Europe. After that move, we're now easing eastward. I believe the current is sweeping south. The wind is blowing to the east. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. I'd say the current is heading north. The wind is blowing to the east. After that move, we're now easing eastward. After that move, we're now easing eastward. We're back in Europe at last. Let's hurry back to Spain and hook that crook.
Columbus, you've returned. We thought the sea had swallowed you up.
The sea is no match for Christopher Columbus. I made many great discoveries on my voyage, and I could not have returned without the aid of these helpful travelers. But now, Your Majesty, let's turn to that new title and those grand rewards we discussed.
I have a better idea. Let's outfit some more ships and send you back.
Mamma mia!
Great grab! That completes the Carmen note. Hang on, I'll fire up the time cuffs for some arresting action. Eureka! That's a map of the New World, the only map which shows the American continents. It's the one from Carmen's note. Huh, we've put the lid back on Dr. Belljar. And this time our case is airtight.
Well, you've taken the wind out of this doctor's sail. But I doubt if you'll put Carmen in jail.
Congratulations! You charted the way across the Atlantic, rescued Christopher Columbus, and put Dr. Belljar back in the can. Now, regular travel between Europe and the Americas can start. The biggest population shift in the history of the planet will happen thanks to your sailing skills. You're doing great work, and we need you to keep it up. Another crime has struck another time. Can you take the case?